Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to today's video. So yes, it's official. We're moving up in share size now. We've had 4 weeks of green trading, so I'm going to do a review of those 4 weeks, show you my metrics, my profit loss, my accuracy, and all that fun stuff. And then we're going to look at the profit trifecta from Warrior Trading, and then just obviously talk a little bit about my next steps. So yeah, really happy obviously with the 4 weeks that have gone by. That's from basically the end of April to now. And you see I'm recording this on the Saturday, so it's now fully complete. But yeah, certainly once I had 4 weeks of real money trading, 4 weeks of green consistency, and that was with 100 shares, I was then always going to move up in share size. And I've decided I'm going to go just to 200. And the reason being is because, as you'll see my metrics are pretty... Well, they're actually pretty ridiculous, to be honest, in a good way. I don't think they're actually sustainable for the metrics I have right now. But you can always have a good month, a bad month, so I'm not going to push it too far. I think certainly I've done the 100 shares, now we're on to the 200 shares, and each time I complete that 4 weeks of green trading, I'll bump it up even more and more. So maybe from 200 I'll go to 500. Then once we've got 500 I'll go to 1,000. Then 1,000 maybe to 2,000 or 2,500. And then pretty much that's pretty much the goal. But yeah, so I'm going to take it a bit slower, but then sort of have that snowball effect where I build it up quicker. The more and more weeks we get more profitable. So yep, let's go into the TraderVue now and look at my stats. So I'll just show you quickly. I filtered this for the Monday, which is obviously the beginning of the week of the 22nd of April, and there's no end date, so to now. And the reason being, if I go to calendar, you'll just see here, we took no trades on Monday and Tuesday, but you see that's the first green week. Then the second week, we took no trades on Monday and Tuesday, but Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, so that's the second week. Then we've got the third week, and then we've got the fourth week. So you see, out of all the weeks, we didn't trade 6 times. We had one red day, and we had, 3, 6, 9, 13 green days as well. So you can cross-reference this to the videos if you want. But just keep in mind that these are imported directly from my broker. You import them via an Excel sheet. It's all self-explanatory, and this is free, so you guys can definitely do it. But it doesn't take into factor of commission, so just keep that in mind. And the other thing I noticed, for instance, here you see on May the 1st, it says one trade 94. If I go into it, you'll see it was ABIO 400 shares. That's because it's 100 in, 100 out. So I actually took 2 trades on it. I lost first on the about $27 or something on the first trade, but then I gained $121 on the second trade. So it just averages it out. So just for you guys to be aware of that. So let's go back to reports view. So yeah, so once again, that was the overview. So they're the 4 weeks, and then you see next week we'll be starting on the 20th, and this just shows you, this is just, once again, this is a nice graph, a nice upward trend. You see every day we traded, only the one red day, all the other days we traded, some nice green days there. And then more importantly, let's go into the actual details. So this is the actual statistics of everything. So as you'll see with the profit trifecta, there's basically 3 things we're looking for. We're looking for how many weeks you're consistent, your profit and loss ratio. There's your profit and loss ratio, and there's your basically your accuracy. So there's the 3 things we're always looking for, and I will go into the profit trifecta in a second. So once again, we're up 309.74, which is great, but that doesn't take into factor of commissions. It doesn't take into factor of allocation fees, and obviously the broker fee as well. So just to keep that in mind. But as I always will, I'll show you my broker statement at the end of the month for the month of May, and you'll have a full breakdown of everything. I think overall we're up about $90 in the month of May, and that's after my broker platform fee, which is $80. So it's like $170 up or $160 up or whatever. So yeah, so that's really good. Daily gain so far is $22. So every day I've been trading on this, the average has been $22, which is good. So here's the profit and loss ratio. This is really good. This is basically almost 2 to 1. So $23.06 per winning trade, $13.16. Once again, that doesn't really, as I said, doesn't really take into effect of it just averages it out. So as I said, I had a $27 losing trade on ABIO, but then I had a $121. So that's why you see here and here. But overall, almost 2 to 1, which is really good. Number of trades 15. As I said, once again, we traded more than that, but once it averages out, it's 15. And the success rate is this is the ridiculous part, is 93%. And once again, I don't think I'll sustain 93%. I'd be happy with 70%. So 70% is the goal for now. I don't think I'll sustain 93%. And we had a lot of scalps this week in general, so not big winners. So it makes it look better. But overall in 4 weeks, really can't complain. Really good profit loss ratio. That's where I want to keep it 2 to 1, and accuracy I want to get up to that. Well, if I could keep it above 90%, obviously that'd be great. But in the long run, that 70% would be great. Largest gain, once again, 94.40. That's average across that trade, and largest loss. And then don't really take into effect these. So they're the main things to look at. Profit loss, which is here, accuracy, which is there, and obviously the 4 weeks consistency. So that is my stats. Really happy with how everything's going. And now, as I said, we'll move up to 200 shares, and we'll see how we can continue. But one other thing I want to go into, and if you guys, obviously people that are Warrior Trading will know about this, but for you guys that might not, warriortrading.com profit, you see the link here. Basically, it just gives you a guide of where, it sort of gives you an idea of where you're at. So if you've had 1 week green, but that's basically it. So 1 week green, and you're at 50%. You can look at all them 3 factors. It gives you a little sort of guideline for scores, but basically you'll see here it'll give you a total score, and wherever your score is you're either going to be not profitable, beginner trader, intermediate trader, experienced trader, or professional trader. And you see you average up them 3 to give you you use all 3 to give you the total score. So as you see here, we'll go to consistency. It gives you some tips, which is nice, but as you see here, obviously not profitable if it's 1 week, no weeks. 1 week's beginner, 2 weeks is intermediate, 4 weeks is advanced, and 6 weeks plus is professional. Once again, you've got here the success rates, and then you've got the profit loss ratio. So it just shows you where you're at. So you can import all your trades. So TraderVue is free. For the one I'm using, they do have a paid service, but I just use a free one. And it's you can get the basics of what you need. And it's really interesting, this profit loss ratio, just to show you in case you already haven't worked it out. Basically, if you've got a 2 to 1 profit loss ratio, you only need to be 33% right in your accuracy to be break even. Obviously, if you're 1 to 1, then you only need 50%, and then if you're 1 to 2, then you actually need 66%. So you see how the more your profit loss goes down, the more accuracy you win. As you say, we're pretty much on that 2 to 1 and 90%, so that's ridiculous. It gives you, I'm not going to go through these, but it's just got some little plans there where you maybe should be, ideally by the end of like your 3 month course. But Ross got his profit trifecta score here, but what I'm going to do is we're just going to use mine, and we're going to just work out mine. So the first one is consistency. So obviously we're 3 weeks in, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 points on here. The trading accuracy, wow, that's ridiculous. So we've got 6 points. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, because we're 70 plus. So 4, 6 is 10, and the profit loss ratio, I mean, we're just below 2 to 1. You could say 2 to 1. We'll say 1.75 to 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So our score is 14, which is the same as Ross. I'm nowhere near on the same level as Ross. As I said, I think it was just a good month overall. But right now, my profit trifecta score was classed as a professional trader. That's based on 4 points on this one, 6 points on this one, and 4 points on this one. I mean, actually, if you do say my profit loss is 2 to 1, which it is closer than this one, then that's actually 15. So a ridiculous month. Happy. I mean, you always hope that you do have a month like this, but it's great to actually finally achieve that. So really happy with how how the month has been, or the last 4 weeks. I'm going to keep pushing forward. He said now 200 shares. Use this profit trifecta guide for you guys if you haven't seen it already, just to gauge where you're at. And yeah, hope you like this recap. See you guys Monday. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll see you then. Bye bye.